don't know. First the blue hedgehog shows up, and now New York City loses its power.
Welcome back to another video about the ever-popular Sonic films. The Paramount franchise has only included a few select characters in the recent films, television series, and comic tie-ins. Many of these characters are fan favorites who have played prevalent roles in the story so far. However, there are numerous characters from the original games who have not had their debut in this revamped franchise. One of these characters is the notorious Rouge the Bat, who is known for playing both sides in the narrative. Rouge is a cunning, resourceful, and materialistic individual who will do anything to further her own agenda. Although she may come across as solely self-interested, she is a recurring fan favorite. As far as future characters go, I believe that Rouge should appear in Sonic 4, if not, then the one directly after. There are a few anti-hero characters so far, and the franchise would benefit from having a new and distinct character who could become incredibly versatile. In today's video, I will discuss who Rouge is and the many roles she could play after her debut.
Blue Guy is obviously an enemy of the Council too. He's strong, fast, and he knows we can make a better world.
Number 1. The Treasure Hunter. Rouge has many roles in the game she's appeared in thus far. She could be a friend, an enemy, or someone who serves the plot. Despite her willingness to adapt depending on the situation, Rouge is primarily motivated by personal gain. Specifically, she loves materialistic items, especially ones like jewels and gold. It has been shown many times that her primary objective is to obtain Chaos Emeralds or pieces of the Master Emerald because they are incredibly valuable. It is not uncommon for Rouge to change sides when doing so best suits her, and as the Master Emerald is the film franchise's primary MacGuffin, I wouldn't be surprised if she appeared in a future film with the sole purpose of locating or stealing the emeralds from beneath the noses of Team Sonic. After Team Sonic decided to work together, they dedicated themselves to protecting the Master Emerald to ensure it never fell into the wrong hands. They each remain dedicated to this cause until an encounter with Shadow leaves Tom critically injured. Tom is more than a close friend to Sonic as he acts like the Hedgehog's surrogate father. After witnessing Tom being loaded into the back of an ambulance, Sonic becomes desperate to get revenge. He breaks a vow to his friends and takes the Master Emerald for himself. He becomes supersonic after using its power and races off to fight Shadow on his own. Fortunately, he realizes that his need for revenge is changing his heart. In the end, he takes a calmer approach and manages to talk Shadow down, turning his enemy into an ally. Sonic and Shadow find themselves sharing the emeralds' power, which they use to stop the Eclipse cannon from hitting Earth. While holding off the cannon's ray, Sonic powers down, losing his connection to the emeralds. Shadow is later caught in the blast of the Eclipse cannon, where I assume he loses his connection to the emeralds. If the emeralds are missing, then Team Sonic will need someone to help track them down, or it's possible that other people from their planet will arrive to search for the emeralds themselves. As Rouge is known as a treasure hunter in the game iterations, she would be the perfect fit for this storyline. The most likely approach would be her offering to help Team Sonic recover the Master Emerald, only to betray them and take the gems for herself.
I'm not asking you twice, Knuckles. Where is the Master Emerald?
Number 2. The Spy. The reason I and many others like Rouge so much is because she has many roles in the franchise. While she's primarily known as a treasure hunter, she's also a prominent government spy who works for Gun and similar organizations. Rouge is trained in hand-to-hand combat and infiltration, which makes her an excellent spy. I think it's problematic that Gun relies on an agent that is incredibly self-absorbed and motivated by her own self-interest. It's possible they don't realize how easily Rouge would betray them when presented with the opportunity, but loyalty should be a prominent attribute for their employees. Gun has been betrayed by many people in the past, with Team Sonic being the most recent. In fact, Sonic's recent falling out with Gun could lead to Rouge's introduction. In the most recent film, Team Sonic meets with Commander Walters after crossing paths with Shadow. They're frustrated that Shadow's past and circumstances were kept from them. Fortunately, Commander Walters is a trusted ally to Sonic and he willingly provides the team information that helps them later on. Shortly after Walters' death, Sonic has little to no real allies within Gun's organization. Once the group realizes that they can no longer trust Gun, they end up on opposing sides with everyone trying to gain control of the Eclipse cannon. Sonic doesn't reconcile with Gun before the end of the film, so I suspect they will remain on opposing sides in the future. If Gun views Sonic's insubordination as a threat, they may want to apprehend him like they did Shadow in the past. I sincerely doubt that Sonic would go down without a fight, so Gun would need to rely on a new ally who could infiltrate Team Sonic and earn their trust. Rouge is the only one fit for this role, as she's not only from the same place as Sonic, but she knows how to manipulate others into getting what she wants. In this way, she would be the perfect double agent.
Tis indeed. Now move along. You need to hurry to get a good seat.
Number 3. An unlikely ally. If the films wanted to subvert expectations, then they could turn Rouge from an enemy into a friend. In the previous games, Rouge has a habit of crossing the paths with Team Sonic and opposing them at every turn. Her relationship with Knuckles is especially strained as they're often after the same thing. For example, in Sonic Adventure 2, Knuckles and Rouge are playable characters in a treasure hunting mode. In this mode, both characters compete to find pieces of the Master Emerald. However, Rouge ends up giving up on her pieces, allowing Knuckles to keep them. Rouge's moments of good will prove she isn't all bad, as she has morals preventing her from doing terrible things. She's known for helping Sonic if doing so benefits her, and it's safe to assume that she would maintain that same mindset when she appears in the films. Rouge usually helps the heroes after she has the chance to speak with them and learn their ultimate goal. It's a slow-going alliance at best, but I like the idea of her choosing to help Team Sonic early on. Her film adaptation could have stronger morals, for example, that allow her to betray an organization like Gun for the greater good. Instead of competing with Knuckles to find the pieces of the Emerald, something I expect him to do after losing the Emeralds at the end of Sonic 3, she could offer her services to help the heroes find them instead.
The Blue Streak has a friend?
Didn't look friendly, but whoever he is, he's involved now.
Number 4. The anti-hero. I think this goes without saying, but Rouge will most definitely be an anti-hero after her debut. The films have done a fantastic job of staying true to the characters' personalities, unique quirks, and motivations. With how perfectly they've portrayed Team Sonic and Shadow, I sincerely doubt the films will greatly alter other characters. I can't see them sanitizing Rouge's character to make her more enjoyable, so she will likely make questionable decisions, like aiding the wrong person or stealing valuable items. In circumstances like these, she would undoubtedly change her allegiance numerous times depending on which way the wind is blowing, and if doing so will be profitable. There's no denying that an anti-hero will revitalize the franchise, as there's no one quite like Rouge. While Robotnik and Shadow had a chance to change sides during Sonic 3, Rouge is someone who won't remain stagnant. She won't agree to help Sonic and remain an ally, but she will play the field and there's no telling where she'll end up.
It's gone. All of it.
We'll get it back.
Number 5. A love interest. I think this will be the least likely route for her character, but I will give it a brief mention because Rouge becoming a love interest is still in the realm of possibility. The Sonic franchise has done little in the way of romance, with the games' focus on action-packed combat and compelling narratives. The mid-credit scene of Sonic 3 also introduced Amy Rose, who is often referred to as Sonic's primary love interest or romantic counterpart. If any characters were to have a romantic subplot, I suspect it would be these two. However, if Sonic and Amy performed well and created a boom in sales, then they could encourage more romances. Rouge is one of the few leading female characters of the franchise, so I wouldn't be surprised if she found her way into another character's life. Assuming Sonic is already spoken for, her unique relationship with Knuckles and Shadow could set them up as her future partner. If nothing else, she could throw a few subtle flirts and one-liners their way, leading to more fun interactions and witty dialogue.
I have reason to believe the Black Arms have returned.
Well, you're out of luck here. This is just a supply depot.
Personally, my favorite part of the recent film was Shadow's story and how his character evolved over time. Having morally ambiguous characters who undergo significant changes due to unique and personal experiences can make or break a franchise. Team Sonic is who brings mass audiences into theaters, but without other characters to oppose or counter them, the films would not be as enjoyable or successful. I think Rouge could help enhance the franchise moving forward because she'll always have new allies and motivations. She's someone who can't always be trusted, and that makes her character incredibly versatile. I hope if she is included in the next few films that she'll have the chance to help and oppose Sonic depending on the story's progression.
Rouge? Knuckles?
How do you know our names?
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated on our uploads.
Well, you know how the saying goes, Rose. Dead men tell no tales.
Har har!